What happened to your nose? Let's see if they got the ending music synced up finally. Have they ever gotten the ending music synced up properly in any version of the game after, like, the original 2D version? I don't know what it is. It's like every time they put in the ending and the credits or whatever, it never just quite get in sync, and it's never been right in any of them. Oh, wow. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's just... Yeah, it would be nice if they did that. Same thing with Dancing Mad in Final Fantasy VI. Like, it doesn't loop the way it did in the Super Nintendo version. They just made them all separate songs or whatever, and it's so abrupt. I like how the Super Nintendo version did it. But, oh well. How does the moon have light? What, just a reflection of the light from the sun? I like how they actually make the sun look realistic there, because, at least from what I've heard, the sun, like, you see it in sci-fi movies and everything, the sun is like orange or yellow or whatever color they make it. But if you're actually in outer space, from what I've heard at least, it's white. I mean, it's not like yellow or orange in space. It just looks that way to us on Earth because, well, you know, we got, well, I don't know the scientific reasoning for it, but, you know, it looks that way. So, but I like how they did that here. Gotta take care of that booty duty. Aw, come on! Why didn't you use the sound effect? I wanted to hear Porm whack him upside the head one more time. Aw, man. Oh, well. 2 more hours? Well, it's better than 20 years. Ha ha. Besides, you're 6 years old. It's a little too young for booty duty. Gotta wait until at least you're 8 years old, like me. I guess it would be kind of hard to sync up the ending music now that we can actually move through the dialogue manually here, unlike the previous versions. Still, I just prefer the way the Super Nintendo version did it, but oh well. Well, yeah, that is true, Edge. You can't do it! Can't be done. And besides, she's in the underworld now. So, yeah, you don't want to, like, age, like, 20 years. Well, yeah, that would be worth it, but still. Because you're a hideous monster? Well, yeah, no one can be like Rydia. Sorry. Well, nah. Well, there is Ott from Radiant Historia, but other than her, that's about as close as you get. And she is underage. Not to mention bestiality and all that. I like that. Creepy. What are you doing on the throne now? It's a little presumptuous. Well, you should at least wear a crown or an expensive necklace or something other than a knife and pan or a ladle. I think the ladle would be scarier. Now I have to train a new army of Krillins. Because, after all, if I made them as strong as I am, you know, who would be in charge? You know, they might try to usurp the throne, or someone might mind control all of them, or something or other. I like how all these guys have turbans. Nice touch. I mean, they do live in a desert. If only Edward had a badass turban. Oh well. Hard to beat the main character of Dragon Quest V, though. You want to hear him sing? You realize that once he starts, there's no going back. He won't stop. And then he's gonna remember his dead girlfriend. And then he won't be happy. Is that what you want? Well, the whole family line's dead now for Tella, so oh well. She was his only daughter, right? I didn't realize the dwarves were like black mages. They don't well, I guess they kind of have a head, but they don't have a face or anything. They just have a... Where is that beard growing from? I mean, are they just... I mean, is that their natural skin color? Or is that... I don't know. It looks like there's just a black hole in their where their face is supposed to be. I'm cheering you guys from the sidelines. Yeah, I'm delegating. Yeah, that's my job. Come on, take off the helmet. Yeah. What do you mean? You have to save the world. How long could that possibly take? Well, at least they looped the music properly, even if it didn't quite end in sync, but oh well. Dialogue's moving automatically now, viewers. So, if it's moving too fast, well, pause. So what's going on? Aren't we on the Earth? Shouldn't we be, Yeah, how are we looking at our own planet through a telescope? Well, whatever. So what's happening to the moon? Wait a minute, wasn't that 4 planets? I'm getting the moons mixed up now. Besides, wouldn't it take like a year for the Earth to go around the sun? Well, whatever, it's dramatic convenience. And the 2 moons smash right into each other. Good job, Fusoya. Oh, there it is. Wouldn't that have like massive repercussions on the Earth? Like tidal forces and all that stuff? Well, whatever. We'll ignore the physics. Nah, it's just your guilty conscience. That feeling in your chest, that's your heart. I know you thought you didn't have one, but you do. What do you mean we're lounging around? What do you mean by that, Sid? Don't answer that, viewers. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like you're in your 3rd trimester or anything. Oop. Spoilers! Yeah, we want to get him in and out of here as quickly as possible. You know, food and all that. One thing I've always loved about the ending, they actually show what happens after you save the world. At least a little bit. I think the only thing that could make it better is maybe if they had, like, an interactive ending or an interactive post-game. That's not until my next LP, viewers. We'll get to that one soon enough. And I like how they bring all the all the characters, even some extras along too. I like Palom here. Comfortable chair. Well, it is the throne. The hair! Watch the hair! Or, wait, that's another game. Make-A-Wise. Oh, sorry about all those times that I was giving you a hard time there, Edge. Would you like to make a donation to the Missed Orphans Fund? Why is he bringing us... Oh, right. He's the engineer. He would have been the one who makes that. I guess engineers and blacksmiths are the same people. Yay! Now we get to get drunk! Oh, sorry. Whoops. Well, at least I got that part synced up okay. Now the ending. Well, or the credits. Well, I'm not going to do, like, my standard review, like graphics, plot, cutscene, or voice acting, whatever, because I've already done that for the previous versions of the game. So, rather than do that, I'll talk a little about comparing the two versions of the game. I mean, yeah, there's several versions, but I mean, essentially, the 2D versions and the 3D versions. Now, me personally, I like the graphics upgrade that they did for the 3D versions. Although, I would like to see a PS4 quality, or even a PS3 quality remake of Final Fantasy IV, where you got full 3D camera rotation and everything. That would be really nice. But, yeah, I don't think that's happening. My guess is they're going to do the next Final Fantasy IV remake. They'll probably do like a 3DS collection with the DS version of Final Fantasy IV with, yeah, the DS version of Final Fantasy IV, maybe upgrade it slightly or something, and then throw in the 3D version of the After Years. Speaking of the After Years, I'm, at least at this time, not planning to redo that LP for the 3D version. Maybe someday I might do like some bonus episodes or something, but I don't think I'd want to redo the whole thing because it is a really long game. So, let's see, with the music, for the most part, I prefer how they handled the music in the 2D versions of the game. Although, what is it? In the 3D version, so I do like the final boss music a little better in the 3D versions than the 2D versions. It just seems, I don't know, just fuller, richer sound, but most of the other stuff, I prefer the original soundtrack. Although, then again, I was never really that fond of the final boss music in general. I was much more fond of the, well, there you see, the Four Fiends music. So, I like how they reused that for getting all the ultimate weapons and equipment and stuff, so that was pretty nice. Voice acting, as far as I'm concerned, top-notch. I love how they really put a lot into this remake rather than, you know, just another lazy port or whatever you want to call it. But, I mean, yeah, they really went all out for, well, I suppose this specific version, the PC version, is a lazy port, but, like, I'm thinking of, like, the DS version when they first did it, you know? And, yeah, this is like during that period of time when Square Enix finally got their act together, well, voice act together, literally. Because, you know, they were doing, like, Final Fantasy XII, Final Fantasy IV DS, the Tactics remake with all the voice acting. It was top-notch at that point in time, to me, anyway. So, I really like how they add, it really it's like one of the very few instances where voice acting really adds to the emotion of the story to me. Like, especially with the, the Kanazo cutscene with Palom and Porum there. That really added a lot to it to me. Let's see. Oh yeah, the plot. This is one thing where I definitely think the 3D version maybe not far exceeds, but definitely exceeds the quality of the 2D version. It gives a lot more backstory to the characters, fleshes them out a lot more so they're not just, Power Rangers, flat protagonists, or whatever. Especially, I think the really big part was with fleshing out Golbez's character there. But even just little stuff, too, like with Kane, Cecil, and Rosa growing up together and everything. That was all a really nice touch there. I'm getting rid of the music here, but as I'm recording this live, the music ends about here. But there's still a lot more credits to go, and there's no more music. So I'm going to edit the music in, so that way it loops properly for you guys. So we're not just sitting here at a screen of credits with no music. Now the battle mechanics obviously are the really big thing that they changed in the game. I'm okay with the difficulty increase, except for maybe like 3 flamehounds ambushing you, or ridiculous stuff like that. But I mean, like, even the sandworm isn't that bad. I mean, yeah, it's going to throw you off curve, but he's rare enough, and even if you do run into him, you can probably just run away when you realize he's too strong, or just save every now and then. But, like, the flamehounds, I mean, you get to, like, the 2nd floor, and you've been walking around for 15 minutes without saving, well, yeah, that really sucks. But, really, I mean, I do like the augment system. I wish it was a bit less opaque. Because, like, without, like, looking up a strategy guide, I don't know how you're supposed to figure out how you're going to unlock some of these really, really good augments. Like, the first time you play the game or something or other. I don't think they even mention giving augments to people who leave will give you other augments. So, yeah, I don't know how that works, but the augments themselves, I like how they really added so much to the strategy of the game, like with tanking, with Cecil, there with like draw attacks, or even just with cover alone was still really useful. And counterattacking was really nice. Dual casting, unfortunately totally nerfed black magic in the game. But, oh well. So overall, I like the 2D version just a little better though, because you have a lot more debuffs that are useful. And I think it just promotes a bit more strategy than the 3D versions of the game. So, okay, well, now we're at the end here, and well, what's going on? Oh, well, you're welcome. Again? What do you mean by that? I'm not going to LP this game again. Oh, okay. So yeah, we got New Game Plus time with Final Fantasy IV. Oh, okay. So you can New Game Plus up to 2 times, but that's it. Oh, okay. Well, sounds like a plan. So yeah, basically what I'm going to be doing now is we're going to be doing post-game stuff. We got optional super bosses, and, well, we got the new limit break augment, which does let you break the normal damage limit of 99.99 there. So let's see. I will save that here. So yeah, when you start a new game there, yeah, you still got to level up normally, but you have like a lot of rare equipment like the adamant armor, onion equipment. I think all those carry over if you bothered to get them. All your augments carry over. Even if you didn't use them, you still have them in your inventory there, so you can use that and do a lot of stat maxing too. But how hard could the optional super bosses possibly be? Find out next time on the bonus episodes of Let's Play Final Fantasy IV. This is H.C. Bailey, signing off. Have a good day.